Amleth.
Miss Maria.
So, that's her.
Amleth! Captain!
Everyone, please. I need to do this on my own. This has happened before. Maria only gains control when the Valkyria's weak. If she's going to die, I should be the one to do it. On my own.
But she's like your mother, your mentor, and you accept it?
Yeah, I don't know how anyone could fight someone they love.
That's the reason why. It has to be me. Ophelia, keep up the Galder.
But Amleth...
Ophelia, we need to see this through to the very end.
I understand.
It'll be all right, Miss Maria. I'm gonna free you from the Valkyria's curse!
Thank you.
So much suffering. This has to be the pain in Amleth's heart. I can feel it through the Galder, beating as strongly as if it were my own. A dull, throbbing heartache, such painful sorrow. Nay, that is why I must see it through to the bitter end.
Miss Maria! Miss Maria!
Amleth,
Miss Maria.
you've grown so much. Thank you for this. You made this with everyone, didn't you? It's beautiful.
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
It's all right, Amleth. I've taken many lives as the Valkyria. I must atone for what I've done. That's why I wished for this to happen.
No.
I'm sorry. I made you do something so painful. But I'm glad in a way. I get to spend my last moments with you. Thank you for that.
Please, Miss Maria, don't die. We've missed you so much. Solomon, Basil, Frigd, Violet. They're all waiting for you.
I want to see them too. I'm sure they've grown into wonderful adults, just like you.
They're doing much better than me. Saul's a politician. Basil's rich. Vi's a secret agent. And Fried made it as a writer. Please, don't go. Don't leave us again.
Smile, Amleth. I've always loved everyone's smiles. Please, would you? There. That look suits you better. It was a bit more mischievous back then, though.
Miss Maria.
Live strong, Amleth. Happily. With everyone.
I will.
Amleth.
We're not done yet. Time to take care of the Emperor.
No way!
Oh, it can't be.
But how? This isn't fair.
Mission's over. Let's go home.
At last, it is all over.
No, not yet. There's still one more thing to do. Come on.
September 15th. The war that lasted roughly 1 year between the Kingdom of Jutland and the Ruzhien Empire had ended. This is a true story.
I stand before you to declare that the Kingdom of Jutland has achieved victory in our battle against the Ruzhien Empire. Ruz has formally surrendered to Jutland. Its delegates are requesting the immediate negotiation of a new peace treaty. We fought under a banner of liberation for all who suffered the unjust embargo, and we have won. The war is over. 'Twas the necessary first step toward ushering in a new era, both for this great nation and for its worthy citizens. And now, my beloved subjects, I have decided to return the countries annexed throughout the war back into the hands of their respective peoples. Furthermore, I pledge to show empathy and forgiveness during the upcoming negotiations with Ruz.
Your Highness, are you saying we're relinquishing all the land and resources we obtained during the war?
But we won!
What was the point then?
Please listen. I understand all of your feelings, I do. However, should we continue down this path, we would be no different than the empire we fought so hard to overcome. This is Jutland's own revolution.
But this isn't what we wanted!
Besides, it's nothing other countries
Conquering
don't
is
do.
bad, but so's being a doormat!
Yeah, the two are wildly different.
There truly is no other way. Everyone, this is a harsh reality, but you deserve to know the entire truth. There is something more I must tell you. We, the people of Jutland, have no right to enjoy the resources taken from the other nations.
What does she mean?
Unbeknownst to the royal court, this war was instigated by the unlawful self-interests of a select few conspirators. They dragged the kingdom and its citizens into war. And as a result, our acquisition of other lands is inherently unjust.
What? You mean someone staged the whole war?
How could anyone do such a thing?
I hereby indict Captain Amleth Gronkare. Alongside Councilman Solomon Collenberg, Mr. Basil Sabanchi, Mr. Freet Erickson, and Lieutenant Violet Sand. This circle of 5 stands accused of high treason.
How can that... What is the meaning of this?
These saboteurs secretly colluded to escalate international tension, and promote conflict without the Crown's permission. By inciting violence, they created this state of affairs. All for a plot to take control of the nation for themselves. But while the outset of the war was caused by their schemes, the fact still remains that we rose up in a time of crisis. Their crimes do not diminish our right to fight for freedom. Thus, there was nothing wrong with moving toward liberation.
But we were manipulated! My son! He died for you!
That is precisely why we need to hold them accountable. They must answer for the lives lost to their selfish gains.
Did you know about this, Your Highness?
Nay, I knew not. To be deceived and exploited by my own royal subjects. Words cannot express my regret. Therefore I vow before you all, I charge them here and now to bear the brand of traitor for their unjust plot and the war crimes committed thence. We shall put these 5 to trial, judge them by our own hands, and thus make redress to a world wronged. Take these traitors away.
Ophelia, the people are most unsettled. Do you not have any words of comfort to offer them?
Everyone, a glorious new dawn has arisen over the kingdom. Lest we forget, this victory was obtained by our hands. Let us be proud of that fact, and walk side by side toward Jutland's bright and shining future. Together.
A few days after Amleth and the others were apprehended, it said they stood before the courts. They were tried for the 2 charges of instigating a war of aggression and high treason.
During the trials, the secret deals Solomon made with the British ambassador were all brought to light. However, all that information was leaked to the justice system by the 5 and Ophelia.
It can't be. They themselves created crimes on purpose so they could be judged?
On the day of the ruling,
Amleth Grandcare, I hereby sentence you to death. Solomon Collenberg, I hereby sentence you to death. Basil Sabanchi, I hereby sentence you to death. Freet Eriksson, I hereby sentence you to death. Violet Sand, I hereby sentence you to death.
Your Highness, the verdict.
It is all right, Miranda. I knew what the outcome would be.
The execution of the 5 traitors was done on the same day.
Here lie the Circle of 5, whose vengeful actions brought forth an inferno of war. With their execution, the blood of the brave legions is redeemed, and a just peace born. They rest eternally in the land of their birth, by the grace of the Holy Mother.
Yes. This gravestone itself tells the truth of the traitors. This is what you've been searching for, how these 5 became traitors. This was all told to my great-great-grandmother from Ophelia herself.
I have an idea.
What do you propose?
They're right. We can safely assume people will rebel over this decision. They may even come after the royal family. If this war's shown us anything, it's that public opinion can change in an instant. Even if they hail her as the savior, if their lifestyle becomes endangered, they will turn against her. If they do, they'll go after the most obvious target. You, Ophelia.
I'm prepared for that outcome.
No. We can't risk Jutland's savior.
Then what shall we do?
Pin it on a scapegoat. Us. Direct Jutland's anger at us. Declare us war criminals. Rebels who started a war and manipulated the country for their own selfish purposes.
But that's...
The only way. Yeah, I agree.
It's better if we make that move.
It's the best call.
This absolutely cannot happen. I won't allow it.
It's fine. This settles all the lingering loose ends. You said we were traitors. There need to be consequences for our actions. Won't you give us this opportunity to atone?
But thanks to you, the people... Surely they'll be grateful, not accuse you.
You're too kind, Princess. But we won't be satisfied if we let the chips fall that way.
But if I do something like that...
Yes. It will end exactly how you think.
I have to announce something terrible, don't I?
Please. Ophelia. You'll do it? Thank you. I have one more request.
Yes.
Molda once belonged to Jutland. I want you to keep the land as it is now, and bury us there.
Your graves?
Let us sleep eternally beneath the same sky we stood under as children.
They chose to die. Isn't it pointless if you die after getting your revenge?
They didn't desire to be understood. What they desired was most likely forgiveness, and that was granted by Ophelia. What will you do? Will you share this with someone?
If I stay silent, they'll remain traitors to the country. Their honor will continue to be trampled upon. But if I speak up, that isn't something they'd want. They'd want to remain as the evil who started a selfish war. So that's the truth I've been searching for.
Afterward, Jutland merged only with Moldva. It returned to the territory it once was in 1843. The lands Jutland had seized during the war were returned as reparations to their original countries, including Ipsaria. Laertes returned to Ipsaria shortly after. He ruled Ipsaria as the one-armed king. From his conversations with Ophelia and Amleth, Laertes found the path that he wished to walk. He heeded his people, listened to them, walked beside them. He became a wise ruler who brought prosperity to Ipsaria. The Ruzhien Empire relinquished its lands, including its capital, to Jutland. Jutland, however, demanded otherwise. The lands were restored to their original countries. Even so, Ruz was sizable and continued to call itself an empire. However, its power eventually declined. After the war, the map of Europa was redrawn on a grand scale. This tiny place and its memories that they cherished. You should understand how hard Queen Ophelia strove to build the country we now have. Now that you know the truth, I'm sure you can.